Juventus has just offered their star to Arsenal for a bargain. Arteta must act immediately. Forget Alexander Isak, Arsenal is now setting their sights on another striker available for £60 million to bolster the squad. And finally, the Gunners have encountered a major obstacle in their pursuit of a £70 million Spanish star. Will Arteta find a way to turn things around and secure these crucial transfers? All this and more you can check out now with the top Arsenal news directly from Emirates Stadium, so make sure to like the video and check your subscription so you don't miss any updates. And without further ado, let's get started. Arsenal are in a tough spot right now, with injuries piling up and key players missing. Bukayo Saka is out for the foreseeable future, and now Ethan Nwaneri is sidelined as well. On top of that, Mikel Arteta's forwards just haven't been clinical enough in front of goal. The struggles were clear in games against Fulham, Everton, and most recently, Newcastle United, where chances were created but not converted. It's becoming increasingly obvious that Arsenal need reinforcements up front, and a new forward isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Duran Vlahovic could be a serious option to fill that void and bring some much-needed firepower to the team. It's no secret that Mikel Arteta is a huge admirer of Dusan Vlahovic. Arteta has faced his fair share of criticism for not landing a prolific striker during his time at Arsenal, but it's not for lack of trying. Vlahovic was one of Arsenal's top targets a few years ago as they looked to replace Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. However, the Serbian opted for Juventus instead. Fast forward 2 years, and things haven't been entirely smooth for Vlahovic in Turin. According to Football Transfers, Juventus are now ready to let him go this January after failing to agree on terms for a new contract. The report suggests Arsenal have been offered the chance to sign the 23-year-old for just 55 million euros, 45.6 million. Considering Juventus paid a staggering 83.5 million euros, 69 million to bring him in 3 years ago. That's a serious bargain. When you compare this to Alexander Isak's rumored 150 million pound price tag, or the fact that Benjamin Sesko isn't available until the summer, snapping up Vlahovic for 45 million pounds seems like an absolute no-brainer for Arsenal. Dusan Vlahovic was an absolute goal machine during his time at Fiorentina. In his final 18 months with La Viola, the Serbian striker netted an incredible 42 goals. That kind of form is what grabbed Mikel Arteta's attention and made Arsenal eager to bring him to the Emirates. While Vlahovic hasn't hit those same heights at Juventus, he hasn't exactly flopped either. In fact, the numbers show that no current Arsenal player has outscored him this season. Kai Havertz matches his tally, but has needed 3 more games to do it. If Vlahovic were to join Arsenal, he'd likely benefit from more opportunities in and around the box than he gets at Juventus. With the creative players Arsenal have, he'd be in a much better position to show his best and return to his lethal form. At just 24 years old, Vlahovic is still a phenomenal talent. Arteta should seriously consider pulling out all the stops to get him in the coming days. It could be the move that transforms Arsenal's season. Forget Alexander Isak, special Arsenal striker transfer target is now available in £60 million deal. Mikel Arteta has been searching for a clinical forward for quite some time now, but navigating the transfer market in recent windows hasn't been easy. One of the big names linked to Arsenal has been Alexander Isak, with plenty of rumors suggesting he could make the switch to North London. However, that deal looks almost impossible now, with reports claiming Newcastle are demanding over £150 million for the striker. At that price, it's safe to say Isak is off the table for Arsenal this window. With that option gone, the Gunners will need to explore other alternatives if they want to secure a striker before the window closes. Luckily, there may be a lifeline for Arsenal. A Premier League rival might have just handed them the solution they've been looking for. Aston Villa set transfer price for Arsenal target John Duran. Arsenal are reportedly eyeing a move for John Duran after the young striker's impressive performances in the first half of the Premier League season for Aston Villa. Duran has quickly made a name for himself, often coming off the bench to make a big impact and helping Villa secure crucial late points. His physical presence makes him a handful for defenders, and he's shown a clinical edge in front of goal. What makes Duran even more exciting is his ability to strike from range, bringing an element of unpredictability that Arsenal's attack could definitely use right now. Compared to Alexander Isak, who would cost upwards of £150 million, Duran could be a far more affordable option. According to TalkSport, report, Aston Villa might be willing to part ways with the striker for around £60 million, potentially saving Arsenal £90 million. At just 19 years old, Duran is still developing but has already proven he can perform at a high level. Former Arsenal boss Unai Emery, now managing Aston Villa, has highlighted exactly why Duran has the qualities to excel, making this move one that could benefit the Gunners in the long run. Nico Williams' release clause and wages problem in Arsenal transfer. Arsenal's reported interest in Nico Williams doesn't come as a shock, given the 22-year-old's growing reputation as one of Europe's brightest young talents. His standout performances for Athletic Bilbao and the Spanish national team have put him on the radar of some of the world's biggest clubs, and Arsenal are eager to add him to their ranks. His ability to play on both the left and right flanks makes him a versatile option, something the Gunners could really use right now. However, two major hurdles could throw a wrench in Arsenal's plans to sign him. According to The Athletic, one key issue is the structure of the deal. Williams' release clause must be paid in full and up front, leaving no room for installment payments or creative financial arrangements. This could create problems for Arsenal, who are already mindful of staying within their PSR, profitability and sustainability regulations limits. The second issue is his wage demands, which the report says could make negotiations even trickier. All signs point to a deal being more realistic in the summer than during the current January window. Still, transfer windows often deliver unexpected twists, and Arsenal fans will be hoping for a surprise before this one closes. If Arsenal are planning to wait until the summer to bring Nico Williams in, they'll need to start laying the groundwork now to ensure they can get the deal across the line without any hitches. Competition from clubs like Barcelona and Chelsea will only make things more complicated, and by the time summer rolls around, the new financial year in football will be in full swing, possibly giving those clubs the financial flexibility to swoop in. To outmaneuver these rivals, Arsenal will need to have most of the deal already lined up before they even trigger Williams' release clause at the earliest possible opportunity. This situation puts extra pressure on the club's hierarchy, who are already feeling the urgency of reinforcing their attack. Arsenal's need for attacking firepower has never been clearer, and getting this deal right could be crucial for their ambitions next season. Edu Gaspar actually left Arsenal because of one shocking reason. Everyone felt that Edu and Arteta shared a great relationship at Arsenal. The Brazilian was the one who decided to appoint Arteta as Emery's successor, and the two worked hand in hand for several years. Both of them spoke very highly about each other in interviews as well on several occasions. That is why it was very sad for many to see Edu leave the club. What is now a big shock, however, is that Castles has revealed that the real reason behind Edu's departure is none other than Arteta. The journalist has claimed that Edu did not like how Arteta was growing in power at the club. Stan Kroenke and the board's decision to give the Arsenal manager a new 3-year deal didn't sit down well with the Brazilian either. Speaking on the Transfers podcast, Castle said, Arteta went into the season in his strongest position of power ever at the club, having been handed a new 3-year contract in September. That contract, I'm told, was one of the key reasons why Edu resigned his position as sporting director to take up a broader position with Nottingham Forest and Olympiacos owner Evangelos Marinakis, the multi-club group, because he wasn't happy with Arteta's increasing authority at the club. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.